Good morning, respectable members, delegations, and table of directors. The Federal Kingdom of Canada, it's a pleasure to be present in this UN's model debate. And by this speech, we pretend to award the topic of gender wage gap. And as a meaning, this is the difference between the medium gap between women and men. And as the Federal Kingdom of Canada, we search to take the possible measures and solutions to combat and fight this trouble. Our posture is based on the 23rd Declaration of the UN Universal Declaration of Human Rights that exposes workers' rights, and quoting it, that mention that every adult has the right to work, to receive a fair wage for their work, and to join a union. Based on this, we form our posture in favor of an equal payment and remuneration to women and men in the same work with the same value.
So continuing with the previous idea, we also wanted to mention the cultural preference that China already has. And we know this is a big issue that we are trying to solve right now. So it's basically, we're saying that in some way, China prefers men. And yes, like I said before, we know this is an issue. And it's because, just like my classmate said before, they expect women to have a certain role in society. And just like he mentioned, like women belong to their houses. They have to be a good mom. They have to be a good wife. And that actually makes it even more difficult for women to have an equal payment. And it's because in China, they have this kind of mindset that we want to change.
So now I'm going to talk about participations and alliances that our country, Singapore, has. First, to assist working mothers, the government had introduced tax incentives for working women and subsidized for childcare centers. Besides that, today Singapore is a very active country in free trade in ASEAN, which is the Association of Southeast Asian nations, generating movements of goods, services, and investments with China, Japan, Korea, India, Australia, and New Zealand. ASEAN's primary objective was to accelerate economic growth and through that social progress and cultural development. Singapore participated in an international convention on this issue in 2005 in the CEDAW, the Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women, then strengthened its policies and they ratified the ILO's proposal on equitable gender pay. The CEDAW also provides the basis for ensuring women's equal access to and equal opportunities in political and public life, including the right to vote and to stand for election, as well as education, health, and employment. I can also mention that at present, women made up 42.4% of the total workforce and outnumbered men as new graduates from local universities. In this convention, the committee expressed concern that disparities between women's and men's wages may be due to discriminatory attitudes of employers and to gender, like stereotype, job and workplace evaluation.
Objetivo de Desarrollo Sostenible número 8, el cual es del trabajo decente y crecimiento económico, en el que desde ya se evidencia la preocupación del Estado de Uruguay para mitigar esta brecha a través de la libre publicación de informes voluntarios nacionales en el 2017 y 2018, donde cada ciudadano o cualquier institución puede acceder a esta información para observar el avance que el país ha tenido respecto a este tópico o cualquier otra meta establecida. Ahora, en el ranking realizado por el Foro Económico Mundial durante el 2020, Uruguay ocupa el puesto 37 de 153 países con el 73,7%, es decir, le falta un excelente 26,3%, y una disminución del 2,2% respecto al mismo análisis tomado en el 2018, es decir, 2 años antes. Del mismo modo, en el panorama latinoamericano, Uruguay ocupa el 4º puesto, acorde a un informe publicado por la misma entidad, y en el 2020 con un 0,62%, donde la unidad es el total de la igualdad, es decir, que el dólar ganado por el hombre sea igual al dólar ganado de la mujer, y con solo 6 milésimas detrás del primer puesto. Además, acorde a las recomendaciones de la Organización Internacional del Trabajo, Uruguay ha ratificado más de 20 convenios a lo largo de su historia, siendo los más relacionados con el tópico que estamos abordando el día de hoy, el convenio número 100, el cual habla directamente de igualdad de remuneración, y el convenio número 11 sobre la discriminación por aspectos de género, y nos enfocamos claramente en el empleo y ocupación de estos.
El Estado Federal de Canadá, el Reino de Dinamarca, la República de Alemania ya ha culminado su proyecto de resolución. Los signatarios buscan soluciones para afrontar y mitigar la brecha salarial dentro del mercado laboral de tal manera que todas las partes puedan contar con igualdad tanto de oportunidades como de sueldo, así como ayudar a que las mujeres puedan insertarse dentro del mercado laboral con más facilidad. Asimismo, se abordan y rechazan las creencias populares que se tienen acerca de la mujer, porque muchas veces esa es la razón por la que no es incluida laboralmente. Resaltamos que es importante reducir y eliminar esta brecha, no solo por lo que significa en términos de bienestar social, sino por su impacto en la economía.
Muchísimas gracias, felicidades por el debate. Estamos muy orgullosos y muy contentos de acompañarles en su crecimiento, y nos ha encantado esta experiencia del debate MUN.